Listen.
You people want to get wild? Yeah. You want to get real wild? Do it. It's a Kentucky board gamer in the house.
Now let's get out there and melt some faces!
What's going on, everybody? Tim here, the Kentucky Board Gamer, and I am back with yet another game for you. This time, it is a game for 2 to 4 players, 10 and up. It is called Kaiju Crush, and this game is from Fireside Games as well. In this game, you and at least one other opponent are going to be battling over the city to try to get the most tiles. It's an area control style game with a little bit of fighting in there, but you can also play the game and almost have no interactions because the battling in the game is simply up to the players. So let's take a look at what you get in here. Okay, so you have all these awesome little tiles. I'll show you those. And you have cards. Now these little cards here are basically, they're your markers. So if you're the green kaiju, if you're the yellow kaiju, the blue or the black, then you would be using these to mark which one that you are on. Okay, and which tile you have actually taken. So you run around the board and you set it up with these tiles. Now these tiles are ones that have like cities on them and parks and a jewelry store, for example, a bridge, things of that nature. And they have this symbol up here. Now the symbol up there is how many points you get per one of these. So at the end of the game, if I were to have these two here, I would get 4 points for those two. There are also objective cards and movement cards. Now the movement cards are pretty neat. I like how they did this. For the movement, you basically, everybody gets one card. You got leap, charge, trample, dash, and stomp. And they all move different ways. Now, the cool thing about these cards is that you, as a player, can pick which one you want to do. So say I have stomp and dash is out in the middle. I can play dash and I don't have to, get rid of my card. But if I want to play stomp, I have to swap it with the community movement. Now somebody else can do that. The cards you have here, special abilities. Some of them let you go from like one side of the board to the other, like arcade style, or land on a park and take it, or various things like that. Now, one of the cool things about this game as well is the artwork, and I'm going to show you on the kaiju because the tiles are great, but the monsters where the game is at. There we go. So as you can see, you've got some really cool artwork on your kaiju that you're playing on, and they're really, really fun because each one you get your different special abilities. So that is Kaiju Crush. Now this game, like I said, is an area control, so you're trying to get the most that you can. And I quickly mentioned there are objective cards. Well, those objectives would work towards the end of the game. One might say you have to have 4 in a straight line, and so at the end of the game, if you have 4 in a straight line, you get 1 point for each of the ones that's in that line, or the most of this kind, or of the resource tiles, which is like cars and population and money and electricity, because these are the things you're taking out. So that's about it for Kaiju Crush. It is another great family game for 4, and I find this game fun no matter what, if I'm playing it with 2 players or if we play with 4. Now with 4, it is obviously a little more hectic, but in a good way, in the way that you want it to be, because you want competition in these games. And again, you don't have to attack anybody. So if you don't want the conflict there and you just want to go for area control, you can do that just fine as well. So that is Kaiju Crush from Fireside Games, and I will talk to you guys later.